The last time I visited him, you have mentioned it in the third part of your book. I had with me the headmaster of our school, who had just then graduated. Footnote. Third part of your book, under May 23, 1885. Footnote ends. You met him the other day. As soon as Sri Ramakrishna saw him, he asked me, "Where did you pick him up? He is a fine fellow." Then he continued, "You are a lawyer. You are very clever. Can you give me a little of your cleverness?" The other day, your father came here and stayed 3 days. Myself. How did you find him? Master. A nice man, but now and then he talks nonsense. Myself. Please help him get over it when you see him next. At this, Sri Ramakrishna smiled a little. Myself. Please give us a few instructions. Master. Do you know Hridoy? Myself. Your nephew? I know him only by name. Master. Hridoy used to say to me, "Uncle, please don't give out your stock of instructions all at once. Why should you repeat the same things over and over again?" I would reply, "You fool, what's that to you? These are my words, and if I like, I shall repeat them 100,000 times. You keep quiet." Myself, smiling. Exactly so. A little later, he sat up on the bed. He repeated Om several times and began to sing a song whose first line is, "Dive deep, O mind, dive deep in the ocean of God's beauty." Hardly had he sung 1 or 2 lines when he himself dived deep and was lost in samadhi. He began to pace the room and with both hands pulled up the cloth he was wearing till it reached his waist. One end of it was trailing on the floor and the other was hanging loose. Nudging my companion, I whispered, "See how nicely he wears his cloth." A moment later, he threw away the cloth with the words, "Ugh, what a nuisance! Off with it." He began to pace up and down the room naked. From the northern end of the room, he brought an umbrella and a stick and asked us, "Are these yours?" Scarcely had I replied no when he said, "I knew it. I can judge a man by his stick and umbrella. They must belong to that man who was here some time ago. and swallowed a lot of my words without understanding them. A few minutes later, he sat down, still naked, on the northern end of his cot, facing the west, and asked me, "Well, do you consider me ungentlemanly?" Myself: "Of course not. You are a perfect gentleman." "But why do you ask me that?" "Master, you see, Shivanath and others don't think I am a gentleman. When they come, I have to wrap a cloth or something around me." "Do you know Girish Ghosh?" Myself: "Which Girish Ghosh? The one who is in the theatre?" Master: "Yes." Myself: "I have never seen him, but I know him by reputation." Master: "A good man." Myself: "They say he drinks." Master: Let him, let him. How long will he continue that?" "Do you know Narendra?" Myself: "No, sir." Master: "I wish very much that you could meet him. He has passed the BA examination and is unmarried." Myself: "Very well, sir. I shall meet him." Master: "Today there will be a kirtan at Ram Datta's house. You may meet him there. Please go there this evening." Myself: "All right." Master: "Yes, do. Don't forget." Myself: "It is your command. Shall I not obey it? Surely I will go." He showed us the pictures in his room and asked me whether a picture of Buddha could be had. Myself: "Very likely." Master: "Please get one for me." Myself: "Very well. I'll bring one when I come again." But alas, I never returned to Dakshineshwar. That evening, I went to Ram Babu's house and met Narendra. In one of the rooms, the master sat reclining against a pillow. Narendra sat at his right and I in front. He asked Narendra to talk to me. But Narendra said, "I have a bad headache today. I don't feel like talking." I replied, "Then let us put it off till another day." And that came to pass in May or June of 1897 at Almora. The will of the master had to be fulfilled, and it was fulfilled after 12 years. Ah, how happily I spent those few days with Shami Vivekananda at Almora. Sometimes at his house, sometimes at mine, And one day, on the top of a hill, with nobody accompanying us. I never met him after that. It was as if to fulfill the Master's wish that we saw each other at Almoda. I saw the Master not more than 4 or 5 times. But in that short time, we became so intimate that I felt as if we had been classmates. How much liberty I took while speaking with him! But no sooner had I left his presence than it flashed on me. Goodness gracious! Think where I have been. What I saw and received in those few days has sweetened my whole life. That Elysian smile of his, laden with nectar, I have locked up in the secret closet of my memory. That is the unending treasure of a hapless person like myself. A thrill of joy passes through my heart when I think how a grain of the bliss shed from that laughter has been sweetening the lives of millions, even in distant America. If that be my case, you may very well understand how lucky you are.